Life of Pi, chapters 29 to 36. Chapter 29 begins with Pi asking why people move. He answers the question by saying that people move in hope of a better life. The leader of India in the 1970s was Indira Gandhi, who lived from 1917 to 1984. Mrs. Gandhi was not the wife of the hero whose statue was near where Pi had encountered the three wise men. She was not loved by Pi's father. She suspended the Constitution and took over Tamil Nadu. She crushed her opponents. Note, Gandhi the hero lived from 1869 to 1948. Pi says Mrs. Gandhi got the best of father. In February 1976, when she took down the government of Tamil Nadu, Pi's father decided to move his family to Canada. Pi did not understand. They and their zoo had not been affected. But Pi's father worried because the zoo needed government support to have any success. The truth was, it was hard to make money as a zoo owner. Pi's family was really quite poor, and Pi saw that people move when the future is blocked up. Chapter 30. The author meets Pi's wife, a pharmacist and a second-generation Indian Canadian. The author is surprised to learn that Pi is married, but the author thinks that life has taught Pi not to show off what is most precious to him. The author also learns that it is Pi who has been cooking for him. It is Pi who loves spice. Chapter 31. Pi tells the author that Mr. Kumar the baker and Mr. Kumar the teacher met once at Pi's zoo. Kumar the baker wanted to see the zoo, and Pi said he would show him the place. Pi was afraid he would miss the ordinary man in the crowd entering the gate. Pi stared so hard that his eyes got tired and he rubbed them. Many people went by, including Mamaji. They asked Pi what was wrong with his eyes. In fact, Pi did not see the baker until he appeared and told Pi he was there. Note, it is true that we sometimes do not see what we are looking for. We can even miss seeing God or truth. Pi was very happy that the baker was impressed by the zoo. Mr. Kumar even quoted the Holy Book of Islam, the Quran. In all this, there are messages indeed for a people who use their reason. Mr. Kumar was very surprised when he saw zebras. He had never even heard of them. Just as Pi was taking out some carrots to feed the zebra, Mr. Kumar, the atheist, came up. Pi gave each of his teachers half of a carrot to feed the zebra. Both men looked delighted when the zebra enjoyed their gift. Chapter 32. Pi talks about zoomorphism, where an animal takes a human being or another animal to be one of its kind. Dogs, circus lions, the goats at Pi's zoo, dolphins, and other animals have all been reported as bonding with humans or other animals as if they were their own kind. Pi talks about a mouse at his zoo which lived for weeks with deadly vipers that ate other mice. He talks about dogs being used to foster lion cubs. Pi believes that zoomorphism happens because of the need for living creatures to have a family, leaders, and a sense of safety. Fiction is more acceptable than truth. Chapter 33. Pi shows the author family pictures of his life in Canada. Pictures from his travel across the Pacific to Canada have been lost. He also shows the only 4 pictures from his youth, all sent to him by Mamaji. The author tells us the pictures do not contain family members. One does include Mamaji, one is of Richard Parker, one is of a swimming pool, and the last is of the gate to Pi's school. Notice in the picture that the school's motto is "No greatness without goodness." It's actually in Latin in the book. Pi wishes he had pictures of his family. He says, "It's very sad not to remember what your mother looks like." Chapter 34. Pi's father sold the zoo animals to American zoos. Pi says he and his brother felt like animals being shipped to a Canadian zoo. It took over a year to complete all of the paperwork to sell all of the animals. Pi says that the Americans were pink, fat, friendly, very competent, and sweated profusely. Chapter 35. The Patels left Madras, India on June 21, 1977 on the Japanese cargo ship named Simsum. The officers were Japanese. The sailors were Chinese from Taiwan. Pi was 16. The adult Pi says things did not go well for his younger self. Things didn't turn out the way they were supposed to. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it. Chapter 36. The author sees Pi's son, a baseball player, running out of the front door. Pi comes to the door and says that his son's name is Nikhil, but he goes by Nick. Pi also introduces his dog, Tata. Next, the author meets Pi's little girl, Usha, and the family cat, Moccasin. The author asks the little girl how old she is, but she shyly doesn't answer. Pi picks up his daughter, counts and taps her nose, counting to 4. The author is happy because now he knows there is a happy ending to Pi's story.